Hi, welcome to Whova app Overwhelm, Navigation, and more. This is created specifically for Podfest Global Summit. I'm Coach Christine, and I will be walking you through this quick session. We'll review app history, mindset work, working on that overwhelm, navigation and tips, etiquette tips, and meet me. First, we're going to talk about Whova app history, why it is the way it is, and why it seems to just flow better on the app. Let's go back 2 years, pre-pandemic. When you went to a conference, usually traveled there, you'd need the agenda on the fly, and you would use something like the Whova app to get you around, let you know where you're going to be next, what's next on the agenda. That is what this app was created for. It was created for you to figure out where you're going to go next. And then when you meet someone, you can bookmark them and comment on them, DM them. That's what this app was created for. And that's why you're going to find really great functionality within the app. Then the pandemic hit and a web version is needed. Now entire conferences are held through the Whova app. Here we are now. They created a web version for us to be able to have an entire conference online. It's pretty amazing. However, you're going to find some functionality just isn't there. For example, the leaderboard, you're going to find that in the app, but not the web version. Whova Overwhelm is real. I had 2 people mention to me that they really wanted to attend the conference, but that app was going to drive them crazy with all the notifications and the messages and the meetups, and they don't even know where to start. And I thought, I'm a coach. This is what I do. I help people through their thought work. So let me create something. And that's how this was born. So the first thing I want to ask you is, why are you attending Podfest Global Summit? I want you to come up with 5 words or less and one reason, top reason why you are here. Some people are here purely to take in every bit of information possible. Some people are here purely to network. Why are you here? What is your top priority? Sometimes we get in here and we feel like we have to be in every contest under the sun, but that might not be why you're here. There's a reason you're here attending Podfest Global Summit. You're meant to be here, but let's keep your mind focused on what it is. So figure out what that is for you. And why is this important? It's because so easily you can know why you're here, but then you get in the app and you see all these red notifications everywhere, and you kind of feel like that little black kitty getting beat up there. You're not sure where to go. You get distracted. Here's the analogy I came up with for you to have a positive mindset when you open up the Whova app to attend Podfest Global Summit. If you're the kind of person who doesn't mind an email inbox with 1,000 things and they haven't been read, then you can probably skip this. You're fine. But if that drives you crazy and you like to go through your emails, this is for you. In Whova, when you log in to Podfest, you're going to see all of these red dots. You're going to have it on attendees, community, photos, and I'll show you the web version in a moment too. I just want you to know that you can easily be taken down a path that you don't really want to go to, or you're not focused on. What was your focus for being here? We want to keep that in mind. I want you to think of these red dots as traffic lights. Traffic lights as if you are living in an urban area and you actually have a car and can drive around. And one day you're going to get in the car and drive to the coffee shop. And you're going to pass a lot of streets that have traffic lights, red or green. Often they're red. You're going to pay no attention to those because you're not currently needing to go down those roads. You might later, but you don't right now. You're going to the coffee shop. You're here to network, or whatever your reason for being at Podfest Global Summit is. Remember, you have a reason for being here. I want you to keep that in mind every time that you log into Whova to attend Podfest Global Summit. And then if those red dots are not on your destination, you're just going to drive right by them. That's my mindset analogy for thought work, for allowing you to kind of just let those red ones go if you don't need to go into those areas. You have a reason for being here, and we need you to do that. The world needs you to be you. Now that you have a clear mind when you log into Whova, you're going to ignore those red dots if they're not in your destination. What's next? Well, we need to make sure you've done some basic things and know how to navigate so that you can get what you need to out of this conference. I did create a checklist. I'm a 5-year-old at heart, if you can tell. If you'd like that, it'll either be linked under this video, or if not, DM me and I will send it to you. The very first things to do in Whova, 100%, we're going to update our bio. Your name should be there from registration, but check it. Make sure it is the way you want it. Check your photo. If you attended a conference before with Whova, it might be outdated. Update that if needed. Check your location. Some people just look for people in their area. Make sure you have your podcast name or where you are in podcasting. Maybe you produce someone else's podcast, or maybe you have an idea for a podcast and you want to see if this is right for you. Let people know when they look at your bio why you're here. And of course, where to reach you on social. What's your top place to be? Let us know. And I think of this as your parked vehicle. If you're not in the app, people can still find you if you've posted before. So make sure you have everything you want them to know about you right there. Next, you are going to go through the agenda. You're going to choose the sessions that you want to attend and click add them to your agenda. And then you'll be able to see at the top and choose full agenda or my agenda. Mark your calendar. Now, when I say that, I don't necessarily just mean in the Whova app. I mean, take whatever calendar you use on a daily basis and mark your calendar for sessions that you do not want to miss, unless you have that VIP pass that allows you to watch recordings. Also, Julie Hood has created a workbook for you for sessions, so you can check that out. I believe that's been all over the post and more than likely will be under this video. Then I recommend doing the same thing with meetups. Choose the ones you want to attend. You find meetups in the community section. So think about this. You have the conference agenda run by the organizers, and then the community, you, me, all the attendees, anyone here can create meetups. Those aren't going to be in the full agenda area. Those are going to be in the community area. So go to community in the pinned area, and it will be in the top few there. Then go through the meetups and add those to your agenda as well. Something I found this week by accident is then you can email the full agenda to you. It will include the agenda items that you've chosen for the conference as well as the meetups. So at this point, you know what your agenda looks like. Your bio's updated. Next, let's check out the community. You're going to do the same thing. Find things that you are interested in. You can search at the top. You can also create your own topics. I highly recommend doing a search before you create a new thread, and that way it will keep all of the same topic together. Now, once you've commented or followed a topic, you can choose followed at the top, and then it makes it a lot easier to see where you want to follow up on. You can view new topics as well, or go back to all of them. Let's talk quick about visiting exhibitor booths. I'm starting with showing you the desktop version because you can't see your passport here on the desktop or where you are. So you can still earn your badges, however. So when you go to exhibitors, all of the booths, this would be the equivalent of walking through the vendor hall if you were in person. What you need to do is visit the booth. So click on the booth. And then you're going to like the booth, leave a meaningful comment, and also respond to their promotional offers. So it's not send my contact information, it is actually redeem coupon. And that might have different wording for each vendor. Now in the agenda for each session, there is a speaker session Q&A in Whova. So if you know you aren't going to be able to attend a session and you want to ask a question ahead of time or get points for other contests that are going on within the app, this is where you would do that. I am in a specific session. I unfortunately have to work, so I'll be watching this recorded. So one great thing for me to do now would be to go through all the sessions and see if there are any questions I would like to ask and place them in here in the Q&A. This is all the Whova question and chat area. Once a session starts, you have two, just to confuse you, you have this area as well as Zoom. Zoom chat is always preferred. It's the easiest thing for the speaker and moderator to look at. The Whova chat is just another chat outside that if they have time, they may see it, but you're going to have a better shot in the Zoom chat. The case studies this week are recorded, and you watch them by going here. Real quick, when engaging in the community, it's just like in real life, ask yourself, am I adding value, or is there something valuable for me to learn here? Remember, you have a purpose here, so stay on track. Is there maybe someone here that you want to connect with? And don't be afraid to tag people if the above is true. There is a lot going on in this app, and they still may not see it if you tag them, but tagging is going to give them the opportunity to maybe have it on their radar a bit more. Of course, we want to refrain from spam posting. This would look like if you're going to take your link and put it in every single thread possible without looking at the content. That's spam, obviously. Also, really think about if you're commenting on threads just to get points to get on the leaderboard versus adding value. People see that. That was a little downer, but the positive is this is an incredible opportunity to connect with others 100%. This is an incredibly welcoming community. Chris and Andrew have done an incredible job bringing everyone together. So please don't be afraid to reach out to someone, message them if you love their session. Ask them a question. That's what this is for. If you've watched this far, thanks so much. I hope you found something of value out of this. My name is Christine Mazars. I go by Coach Christine on my podcast. I am the host and producer of the Your Empty Nest Coach podcast. My focus is helping parents, primarily moms, adjust as they head into the empty nest. I actually like to get them before their kids have left high school so that they can be feeling pretty calm. As I said before, I'm kind of a 5-year-old at heart. My favorite hangout online is TikTok, where I have an alter ego named Sally. I'd love to connect with you. And if you know anyone going through the empty nest transition, tell them about my podcast. Thanks for watching. This was Whova app Overwhelm and navigation created for Podfest Global Summit. And remember to stay focused. Enjoy the summit.